Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. This match is, I believe, the winner's match between Flash and Hero, part of the Survivor tournament. We'll see momentarily. Yep, that is going to be between Flash and Hero. And Flash, I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult, a matchup for Hero in general. First of all, because Terran faring a little bit better versus Zerg in general, and also going up against Flash. But it is going to be on Heartbreakridge, it looks like. I think that's this map. Just looking from the map positions, 9 o'clock position we have Flash, 3 o'clock position we have Hero. This can be one of those very difficult maps for Terran players, just because they, especially if Zerg goes drop into the mid game or Mutalisk, either one, because there's a lot of territory to cover, particularly when Terran are going out for that third base. So they just have so much territory to work against, and Zerg has a lot of opportunity to first of all expand all over the place. So it feels like Terran has to be aggressive, play defensive, cover all this territory, and work against the better Zerg mobility, and somehow come out with a win. So even though it's Flash, I'm still going to favor Hero a little bit just because of the map. Surprisingly, actually, statistically, which I'm going to look up right now, remember the statistics aren't as bad as reviewing. It looks like it's actually been in Terran favor lately, which is altogether surprising, but I'd by no means call this a Terran map. So we'll see what Flash is up to. I've seen a lot of two-port Wraith on this map, actually. Plays successfully for Terran players, basically constantly brutalizing that natural secondary, but if Zerg well prepared for that, it's difficult to try to do enough economic damage to make up for it. Anyway, really quick announcement again, this weekend, October 25th, Sunday at 4 p.m. going to be doing a live charity cast, going to have the EG guys alongside. Hope you guys will join in and have some fun. It's going to be kind of a bonsai style cast with some just, joking betting games and things like that. And yeah, it should be just kind of goofy. Going to have, I think, Psionic alongside EG guys, and I think we're going to have a TMA championship. Even we're going to have some of the TMA guys drop in who are really, really good at TMA and have them play against the EG guys as one of the final matchups. So yeah, tune in then. I think it'll be on SE. We'll live stream /SE2GG, and otherwise I've been live casting recently. All of these games were done live on justin.tv /DiggitySC. So it looks like Flash actually not sealing his front door. It doesn't look like he's going to be opening up with a mech build, and I feel like mech actually plays rather poorly on this map. Again, because it's extremely immobile, and as a result, when you have the immobility on top of a wide area that you have to try to cover, it ends up being a bad situation altogether. And kind of an odd Overlord scouting pattern here. It looks like it's actually going to the north here from Hero. It looks like we're seeing kind of a late front door seal. Looks like, but the drone scout's still kind of coming in. That's kind of weird staggering. He's still got that supply depot on the front, just in case he wants to seal, I guess. But otherwise, leaving it a little bit open here. And it looks like basically Hero getting all the information he wanted, specifically not seeing that gas being planted, seeing that there's only one Rax pumping at this stage, and probably anticipating a one Rax into expansion, which it looks like Flash is in fact doing, which will work out well for him because it looks like we're seeing a 12 hatch on that opposite end. And Flash looking like he's setting up to do a little bit of drone disruption here out in the field. And Flash actually maybe trying to do some Overlord hunting, moving that Marine, trying to catch it. Seeing that secondary up, let's see if he plugs that gap actually and plays against this that way. And it looks like we're seeing a two hatch into layer build from Hero. We'll see if he's going to go for that 2-hatch Lurker drop, which is very possible, or if he's going to go 2-hatch Mutalisk shortly. And oh, now that Marine finding that Overlord. Let's see if... Oh, maybe not. Going to be able to get there out of there in time. Flash going to have to back off, though, because I think at that distance the Zerglings could engage in time and take that Marine out, but it looks like they're going to dedicate 2 home base. Still 3 Marines out in the field, so it's possible he could make another run at it, putting down that second barrack shortly, though. Looks like he's already got it running. That command center should be operational in not too long. Let's see what Flash decides to do to kind of transition to into the mid game. I really feel like it's worthwhile almost to kind of have that biomech army. Make sure you get a couple siege tanks in the mix, because range, especially on the high ridge against lurkers, things like that, can be very, very powerful. Looks like he's got that. And I also think keeping a high science vessel count on this map very, very important because of all those ridges across the field. You really need that mobile detection. Science vessel is always good, of course, against Zerg. Looks like we're going to see a 2-hatch into Spire build. So Mutalisk Harass going to try to work across the main and secondary. A bunker going across that front door for Flash. So really playing very defensively here. Looks like he's got that academy building. I assume he's going to be able to. I think he got that scout off. He hasn't seen any third hatchery at any location. So I think he's going to be anticipating that the Mutalisk Harass is going to be coming, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit more of a map control Mutalisk Harass because there's that third base being planted in that top right-hand corner. And the bunker defending against these Zerglings a little bit. The Zerglings still might be able to skip around, but that bunker pretty well covers that, especially with the range, that area, and Hero just running and taking a couple free hits for whatever reason. He's not going to be able to run through and get position with those Marines at that back location either way, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. Just maybe testing the front door, trying to get a gauge at specifically how many Marines are inside that, and maybe give Flash the impression that, hey, I'm testing your defenses because I'm thinking about doing an all-in attack here, which when he really isn't. Maybe even wanting to, if he can hug those Zerglings, actually the southern border, he might be able to deny that second gas for a bit of time. But honestly, Flash can move out with those Marines after not too long and kind of work against this. He looks like he's going to have that engineering bay out in plenty of time, and now the Marines, Hero can get out there, loses one Zergling. Nice sacrifice there, if you'll notice. He moved that one Zergling to the north to save the lives of the rest of halting those Marines and saving the lives of the other three Zerglings. Nice little sacrifice there. Looks like he's going to start pressing out with this early bunker, a little bit late but a little bit heavy bunker bust. And two Zerglings are going to manage to sneak through for Hero, so Hero's still going to be able to run and get the spot. He's going to see just the two barracks planted. Also might be able to halt a little bit of the turret placement. So let's see if he puts down a couple Sunken colonies, gets his turret up in the field, and comes in for a counterattack. But yeah, I don't see any turrets being planted at this stage. The Medic Marines starting to funnel out. And let's see if Hero decides to go in for an economic harass, or if he's just going to engage. It looks like he's just going to engage this Medic Marine force. And he is going to catch a couple out in the field. And over that dark area, it's just absolutely brutal. You can really micro that well. And he's going to stick to a single Sunken colony with this and rely on both the Mutalisks and that single Sunken colony to kind of do it for him, play a little bit more economical. He's going to be able to do so. Losing nice Marine control there by Flash, actually taking out one of the Mutalisks, but Hero microing this beautifully. It looks like he's going to be able to wipe out this entire attack force. Lost a second Mutalisk right there, and may not have enough Mutalisks to get it done otherwise. So it looks like still 5 Marines going to stand. He's going to have to get another Mutalisks in the match to work with it, maybe down to 4. It looks like he does have 2 to the north, but across those top ridges where they really don't have vision, they don't have a lot of mobility, you can kind of just dodge in and out and get a lot of damage done. It looks like he is going to be able to finish off the rest of this attack force, and that is going to limit Flash's ability to specifically pressure that upper right, and it looks like Hero is going to be able to maintain map control with just that. And it looks like a couple turrets up. He's pretty well defended. Wow, having to invest a lot actually in turrets. And let's see if he can take out this another attack force. Might be able to see it. Might be able to pick off. Okay, he's not going to be able to pick off that medic, but Flash sending out another attack force here, which honestly I think he should. I guess he's feeling, okay, I've got enough turrets, I'm just going to try to play aggressively against this. But Hero, thus far with this Mutalisk attack, has been absolutely brilliant and absolutely beautiful, continuing to keep the Mutalisks up. And he's easily going to be able to establish that third gas, maybe even tech the hive, maybe even go for kind of that big air attack. The amount of Mutalisks he's actually investing here in the mid-game leads me to believe he might be going for that factor. It looks like that factory finally being planted. He needs to get that science vessel out sooner rather than later to stop these Mutalisks from being so effective out in the field. Needs to irradiate, and it doesn't look like he's actually got weapons 1 up either. He's been quite a bit delayed on that. So Flash, not quite sure where the gas was being invested otherwise, maybe to get a little bit of an earlier factory, something along those lines. Maybe just because he had that engineering bay down a bit later. It looks like he does have that Hydralisk Den, so it probably, losing Mutalisks there a little bit for free. So it looks like this is too large a Medic Marine force. They're still trying to hunt those Mutalisks as best as possible, but Flash, not sure what happened there. Those Mutalisks should have gotten a kill, but otherwise not splashing, because I still think he has the grouping out there, putting down additional hatchery. Looks like he's going to stick to tech, not taking that bottom right-hand base just yet, but he should have lurkers out not too long, and he should be able to still maintain map control with those lurkers and that Mutalisk combination, as long as he keeps these Mutalisks alive in this mid-game. But that's a pretty large, I think he lost another one right there. Pretty large attack, little sliver of health left. It's still keeping these Medic Marines out in the field, and it looks like Flash is going to be able to get that starport. And it looks like he's actually going to get aggressive here, and he's going to produce a couple siege tanks and maybe try to end the game right here in the mid-game. Looks like a couple medics getting picked off in the field. Never mind, the medics stay alive, and another Mutalisk taken out. So Hero, even though he opened up with a very nice Mutalisk harass, has ended up being somewhat neutralized and lost a lot of Mutalisk otherwise, losing one in the free and open right there. And Flash just out positioning him, not making any mistakes. And have nice funneling, had very nice stims here and there, and even though this is maintained 3 base, it's been at the cost of a lot of forces, and now he just does not have enough Mutalisks to engage. Just too many Marines on the ground. I think Weapons 1, actually not seeing Weapons 1 upgraded, but shortly I feel like he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Hero is not going to be able to deal with, specifically, there's going to be siege tanks out, there's going to be science vessels out, and there's this huge Medic Marine force just bearing down on him. I don't know that he's really going to be able to plant this. Some lurkers coming out to try to support here, and the Mutalisks still running kind of back and forth into it to try to draw the Marines in. And he's just going to kind of hop this, move back and forth, and that is going to back Flash out. But it's only going to be I feel like a temporary victory. Hero, let's see what he can do. I think he's going to need Swarm before not too long. It looks like he is getting that Queen's Nest. I feel like it's going to be a little bit late here because I expect to see at least one siege tank